Aquabiz, all the best knowledge for aquatic system.
Sawadee krap. Oh, okay, so basically, thank you. So basically, progressive, all right, is not a result, which means that the system still have a lot of problem, and I am still play all that. And I give you some application that you also inspire your thinking. Next. So a little bit history. Early stage, long time ago, in Alabama, United States. Very beginning of the design, actually, in United States, they have a channel catfish industry. But American like everything big, very big. So that become like when they try to harvest the pond, become a big problem. So that really had the people think about we need to change something to be able to concentrate the fish culture in one area. And that's where they went to ESAL in Auburn University, starting thinking about any solution. But this is the early stage. Next slide, please. Yeah. So they are using more like a turbine fan, that kind of the sweep the water into the sail. And then, but we know that it's not very, not efficient at all. So starting using the airlift for water movement, airlift can create the continuation momentum. When they're using the sweep, it's more like a pausing, because when the paddle hit the water, you got water current, but when the water paddle out of water, immediately no water current. And this is gonna be able to more stable to pushing the water, as you see that fish production sail, the long, kinds of the long trough, the long sail. Next one. And so in Asia, we starting have the design. This is just the drawing, and we call it the White Water Unit, WWU. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, had the arrow tube below here, and the air will come up here, hit the panel the deflector, and push the air and push the water out, so that really create some the water movement and also aerate the water. And this is the first one in Asia, 2013 in China, and in the Jiangsu province. Still at the time, it's culture grass carp, and the this is kind of the first one. So we put a lot of the effort, and from there comes out a lot of the modification, and until the day right now you see in the farm that all kinds of the system have been modified from this one. Video. So this is the first marine IPRS in China, and when it is set up everything, when it says set up everything, kind of take a look of the watercolor, I realized that actually there's a big problem. The area is in somewhere close to, next slide. Yeah, just next, okay. The area is somewhere close to Shanghai, and there's where have the, that's where has the China Yellow Sea and China Eastern Sea. Basically, the water there is all yellow and muddy. So for a long time, actually, they were starting deposit all the muddy water, the mud go to become very, very thick there. The second thing I learned is that because this is the first tribe, so the farmer just think about, okay, what we do in the traditional pond, I will just kind of apply the same thing. So we end up, this is the species in China, Japanese sea bass, kinds of the moderate temperature species can really live in the area, even just 10 degrees, to them is very okay. but the stocking size only 20 gram. And then anyway, first time to try, so we're using bucket and transfer the fish in and out. And that way, become a problem. Yes. Only 50% survival rate because we stock very small fish. My own observation is that when we put a very small one into the IPRS cell, it's starting telling apart to the different group. Some group will come to the feed very easy, and some group of the small fish never come to the feed. So that starting become the size variation, and the one cannot eat the feed. Anyway, eventually they're gonna die. And so, okay, I still have the harvest the fish, and then that's up to even like a 600 gram, but that's a very low survival rate, so we know that the undersize and the water quality, because the muddy water is also the issue. Another thing is that it may not happen here is over winter, because from high temperature drop to the low temperature about 10 degree, and from 10 degree back to 30 degree, that is the big challenge to all the fish health management. And so we learned quickly on, okay, so those kind of things that need to pay extra attention. Okay. Video? Yeah, very, very low volume. Yeah, very low volume. So the farmer eventually using that and put into the different species. This one is pompano. You look at that, the feeding behavior is very, very strong, very eager to that. Another one here is called the croaker. Basically, need to wait for several minutes and finally have the first one to come up to eat, and then the others will follow. So that is kind of the current situation that the farmer in China use that for the aquaculture in the different species. Sometimes not even in the big volume. Next one. And after that, COVID. So I cannot do anything, really not able to do anything. But we still do run the research and then contact to the people who are willing to try and test. We are very lucky. So we have a chance to find the collaborator and identify the farm, and then thinking about, remember Esau and Lucas presented the ratio. Each one of the cell, require 10,000 cubic meter of the water. So if I want to put three cell in a pond, basically I need to really calculate how big the pond would be. So that a lot of cases is that really combining ponds together to get sufficient area. All right, so we combine the pond together, get us enough area, and there's a lot of the construction work. Yes. And then finally build up the cell wall, all this, and then, yeah, we measure, and then, okay, yeah. So eventually combine two ponds together, and then get a big enough area, have the tree cell, all right? And then this is the waste collection here, and then the waste collection can be put the water into 1, 2, 3, 4 sediment tank here, and then come back to the pond. Later on, I will show you what's the color difference of the water, right? Small, a little bit smaller. I mean the volume. Yeah. So here is the only one place we produce the placapon, the sea bass here, and behind this here is the waste collection. Dirty water come to the sediment tanks here, and then after the sediment go back to the concrete trough. All the way you see here is the water go back to the pond. So it does have the water treatment after we collect the concentrated. Here is some of the holding tank in case that we're not able to harvest all the fish. There's the place they will go. And this is just the thank you for Chuchai, is the expensive drone to get the on top video of that. Yeah. Okay, so you get it more clear. Dirty water actually come to 1, 2, 3, 4, and come to this concrete trough all the way, and then go back to the pond. Yeah, so the dirty particle actually is within those the big sediment tanks. Now I learned that can I use bucket, right? So this is the way we stocking the fish much more faster, and the fish had less stress, much less stress now, and quick. Yeah. This is just another close view. And when we do that, we'll keep the water running so that they can just go to any of the sail. The size is about 100 grams. Stocking the bigger one so they have a better swimming capability, then they can really getting together to eat the feed. That's what we learned from the past, and we change something that many things change. Yeah. All right. So this is what the whitewater unit outline up here, and this is the sail. Then we are going to the water here. Each one of the sail, roughly, we put 20,000 fish. This is placapon, not tilapia. So I dare not to push too high, okay? Because again, this is kind of the new try to me, kind of testing. So we put 20,000 on each, yeah. And there's really a lot of fish inside. And you do see the particle that's pushing by the water. So yeah, doing the culture for some day, some time, and then finally come to the harvest time. So this is the way we harvest. I believe that all the workers in the farm gonna love this very much, because they no longer need to go to seine the whole pond, just only catch all the fish from here. And all right, here we go. So that day actually is just, I think we spent within 2 hours to finish all the harvest they need. And one more thing is that because the harvest become easy, now the buyer would like to just come to, although not to buy the big quantity, but everything you go out from here can be sold as the live fish, which comes out the biggest, highest price on the selling, compared to in the past that saying the whole pond. Some fish go to live, some fish need to go to ice chill, and then to the other, the lower price market. Yeah. Some of the harvest language I still need to learn, because I definitely don't hear that very frequently from the buyer and the and the harvest team there. All right. Yeah, another basket. So yeah, so what I try to show you is the whole process we have been through. Yeah, so this is pretty much the story, and then we got something. Okay, yeah, okay, and go to next slide. Oh, so sorry, Chinese. Sorry to change that. So stocking size about 105 grams, and then stocking density, each cubic meter we put 100. And then biomass, by that calculated, actually, yeah, about 10.5 kilo per cubic meter. Sail working volume here, okay, this is 22 meter by 5 meter by 2 meter deep. And actually there's some gap, the void here. So I can actually do, using the calculation, the actual working water volume. Somewhere is about 200. But if you just calculate the dimension of the sail, there's 200 on that one. Next one. Yeah, survival rate, very good. Anything more than 90% to me in the marine fish is very good. And then so the number we look at it here is that so far we reach about somewhere close to 70 kilo per cubic meter. Can I do higher? I believe so, as long as the water quality control can make a better job on that. I believe that it should be able to shoot up to 90 kilo per cubic meter. Original trail design on this one, when I testing that, I was planning on about 60 kilo per cubic meter, but unexpectedly, actually when we harvest the fish, it's much more than. And why is it 60 is because in the in the cage, in the sea, when you have something more than 50 kilo per cubic meter, there's a starting have something getting some problem in the sea. So I I set up something a little bit higher because the water is constantly pushing into the fish production cell. I don't know if that's gonna okay or not, but this is the number we reached. So I'm okay with that, and I'm thinking about maybe go higher the next time. Next one. So the next one, Plakao, yeah, because before COVID in Thailand, the highest price is $15 per kilo. Yeah, the next one, orange spot grouper. So again, that starting going to very, very high value because Plakapong, I think is somewhere about 100 Thai baht per kilo, things like that. This is gonna be much higher. But culture grouper immediately have one operational difference from the sea bass because the biggest problem in the marine setting, two things, biofouling and the corrosion by the rusting because the salt sea, the brackish water, right? So the salt's gonna corrosion a lot of the equipment. When we culture sea bass, they swim. They don't go to the bottom. Plakao, they don't swim. They go to the bottom. So the way in managing the biofouling immediately, because the different species, I would need to take a different approach. And some of the fish kind of the swimming all the time, like pompano or even milk fish, that's probably in Philippines more. Our experience, what we have is that they like to against the water current to swim. So what happened is that we put 20,000 fish inside the cell, and almost all 20,000 fish would like to come to the surface because that's their natural, just like to swimming against the water current. So those kind of the things that is also in terms of the taking the fish biology characteristics relate to the management side. And that part, we are still doing that. But if you have any question, I'm willing to answer on all the kinds of the considerations. Next slide. One more thing. This, you all know that we have the waste collection system. This is the water out of the, we collect that from the waste collection system there, and then through the sediment, and then to the long concrete trough there. Also, we do have some the organism inside there to filter the water. This is the water before they go back to the pond. So you can see that how much difference that there, and then we'll be able to even do something further. And this, of course, that to be able to collect the waste, the solid to be the fertilizer or the supplemental fertilizer for some gathering or from the plant is also possible. All right, so I think that this is still have by this picture that I think that I will need to come out something that be able to measure and also knowing that what kinds of the water quality we put the water back into the pond and what kinds of the solid silage we are going to treat to do the treatment. All right, I think that's all my presentation. I'm willing to take any question. Thank you very much.